airfield, as well as the northern portion of the city of Birmingham, just north of downtown. The storm is also
providing an online destination for small businesses to be found and to find new customers. More online at manta.com. And by iShares Exchange Traded Funds. Learn more about their ETFs at 1-800-iShares or iShares.com. iShares, keep evolving.
From the Frank Stanton Studios in Los Angeles, I'm Colin Risdall. Good to have you here on this Wednesday. It's the 27th of it.
Policy decision, then turn next to the Federal Market Committee's quarterly economic projections.
Having a very tough time, so I can certainly understand why people are impatient. And I guess the only thing I can say is that while the recovery process is likely to continue to be a relatively moderate one compared to the depth of the recession, I do think that the pace will pick up over time, and I am very confident that in the long run that the U.S. will return to being the most productive, one of the fastest growing and dynamic economies in the world.
As I said, longish, but interesting. Our Washington Bureau Chief John Dimsdale was at the Fed this afternoon. Hi, John.
Hey, Kai.
So after that slow start, the slow statement reading that he did, talk to me about substance. What did he say?
Well, he's really Bowen's lawyers on the way to the inevitable outcome.
David Frum was a speechwriter for President George W. Bush. Today, he's the editor of Frum Forum.
You're listening to 90.3 WBHM and 91.5 WSGN. Good evening, I'm Bradley George. A tornado is passing through the city of Birmingham right now. It's passing just to the north of downtown. What do we know about the storm so far?
Very powerful. Moving Tuscaloosa and then made its way sort of following 2059, moving east towards Birmingham. It crossed just to the north of Birmingham. What we don't know right now is the extent of damage. We don't know about injuries, but given a storm and a tornado of this size, it's likely that there will be substantial damage. We heard the mayor of Tuscaloosa interviewed live on local television talking about at least one death that he knew of confirmed, scores of injuries, and discussions about substantial damage. Now, we should point out, this tornado is still on the ground.
Right.
It is moving in the general vicinity towards the Birmingham International Airport. And it is moving in sort of that direction from where you think about it, moved just north of Birmingham, moving to the northeast. This is a serious... We're continuing to hear the power is going in and out, as we can hear.
Right, at our transmitter, it's going in and out right now.
There is still a lot of, this is still a very dangerous situation. So even if the storm has passed where you live, you should still be very wary of flying debris, of damaged tree limbs, of power lines that could be down, that could be hot, where sometimes people get electrocuted after these kinds of things. And so this is the kind of thing where people need to stay indoors. Don't poke your head out there. Don't take a picture. I know that's something that people want to do in these kinds of things, but that's not something that you should do. It's just not safe. So until you get the all clear from the powers that be, the recommendation would be to stay inside, to be careful, because this is still a very dangerous system. As we're seeing pictures on local television, there is still a tornado on the ground. It's hard to tell at this point exactly where it is, but it is clear that it is northeast of Birmingham. It is continuing to move towards the northeast.
And if you're in communities, say like Center Point, if you're in Penson, this storm is headed in that direction, and you'll want to take cover because, as we said, this is a dangerous storm.
Right, and it looks like Trussville is also, sort of in the path of getting some serious weather. But, this is a storm where you should be in place. You should be in a very protective shelter in the most interior part of a building that you can be in. You should be in some sort of, in a place where there's not a lot of windows. Be on the lowest floor that you can. If you've got a cellar or a basement, the recommendation would be for you to get into that, because that is going to be the safest place for you. Again, just to recap, this is a seriously large tornado that is on the ground northeast of Birmingham. It has already cut across Tuscaloosa, where we've got confirmed fatalities, many injuries, all kinds of numbers of destroyed buildings. We can see, even right now, pictures on local television of the tornado on the ground. You can see it northeast of Birmingham. So if you are, say, south of over the mountain kind of communities, thinking about Homewood, thinking about Mountain Brook and Vestavia, you most likely are now in the clear. But again, we're talking about areas northeast of Birmingham. This tornado is moving to the northeast. This is a serious storm. This is a serious system. You should take it seriously and don't wander outside. You should be in your safe shelter. You should be sheltering in place right now.
And not by any means the only serious storm moving through Alabama right now. There are a number. There was one in Walker County, headed into Blount County. There was another system in Tuscaloosa County, some other systems in West Alabama. You can hear all the beeping behind us. Our computers have gone sort of haywire, and so we're not able to relay the warning information like we were earlier in the afternoon. Hopefully we can get our computers back up and running where we can tell you about some of these other storms. But as Russell said, I mean, the bottom line right now is Jefferson County. If you're in the city of Birmingham, if you're in Henson, if you're in Gardendale, Fultondale, if you're in Center Point, if you're in the area around the airport, if you're in East Lake, Woodlawn, take cover now. This is a dangerous storm. This is a storm that has lasted for a while, about 2 hours. It cut through downtown Tuscaloosa, cut through the rest of Tuscaloosa County. We know really not a lot right now about fatalities or damages. We have heard anecdotally through other media, through other officials in Tuscaloosa County, that significant damage was affected in Tuscaloosa around the 15th Street area. But again, if you don't have to be out tonight, you don't have to go anywhere, just stay in place, because this is a pretty dangerous storm we're dealing with here.
Right, and of course, if you're driving on the interstate and you see that the weather is getting bad, what meteorologists and the experts will tell you is that you shouldn't be driving first off. You should get to a place where it is safe. Where they say it is not safe any longer is underneath an overpass. That used to be a place where people would say, now they tell you not to do that. So if you're out driving around, if you're in the northeastern part of Jefferson County, thinking about areas like Argo and Trussville and so forth, and Morris and Warrior, you are in the path of this very serious storm. This is a serious tornado. It has been on the ground for 2 hours at least. It got its start in Mississippi. It's just one of a series of supercell tornadoes and thunderstorms that have raked across the South today. There is, at this point, no indication that this twister is, sort of showing any mercy at this point, slowing its pace down.
The National Weather Service in Birmingham has issued a tornado warning for southeastern Blount County in central Alabama, northeastern Jefferson County in central Alabama, central St. Clair County in central Alabama until 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 6:14 p.m. Central Daylight Time, the National Weather Service was tracking a confirmed tornado near Center Point or near Pinson Clay Chalkville. Doppler radar showed this tornado moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. At 6 p.m. a large tornado was reported in northern metro Birmingham. Locations impacted include Pinson Clay Chalkville, Trussville, Odenville, Springville, Oneonta, County Line, Clay, Argo, Dallas, and Margaret. This includes Interstate 459 exit numbers 31 through 33, Interstate 59 exit numbers 132 through 156. Motorists should not take shelter under highway overpasses. As a last resort, either park your vehicle and stay put, or abandon your vehicle and lie down in a low-lying area. To report severe weather, call 1-800-856-0758. Repeating, a tornado warning has been issued until 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Alabama: Blount, Jefferson, and St. Clair.
extended to at least 10 o'clock tonight. So stay weather alert, because we don't know that this is over yet. And as I was saying a while ago, the uniqueness of the pattern, and these things would form in one right after the other, and it's just been an incredible day.
All right, again, if you would like to text us information, that is our only way that we can get information, and the special text number is 256-550-0115, any information that needs to be disseminated. You said you were about 10 after 3, then you got right to the basement. Right. We have had 3 reports now that there were not 1 but 2 tornadoes within that huge cell that moved across, and I have on my phone a video that I've been trying to email out of the entire event that lasted about 10 minutes. It went from here at the studio, from the northwest corner all the way to the northeast corner, and the thing that and having seen tornadoes before up close and having watched this one, it was almost majestic. It was not a full hard spin. It was a very grunt, almost like a lineman kind of spin to it, and it moved in a direction in a very periodic way. It was just it was almost lumbering across the it was so wide. I mean, at one point I would imagine it was at least maybe a mile, at least a half a mile wide, and I think this is some of the impact of the damage that we are seeing. Now, we understand our brethren on TV in Huntsville have had some pictures from here. I know Channel 48, I ran into their crew. I saw Channel 19. We were live on Channel 31 with a report, and unfortunately, we cannot monitor that here at the studio. We are on emergency power. We are broadcasting bare bones. In fact, we don't even have a light. We're using...
It's a little bit ragged right now.
And the last of the thunderstorms now into Decatur. Awesome news there. Still raining heavily though around Mooresville over to Madison, but again, this is all pressing off to the east, so we can give Decatur the all clear. You're done for the night.
Storm definitely has a little bit of low-level rotation right now. We're actually looking at it in 3 dimensions. And I don't know if we could take weather computer. Can we take, so this is a 3-dimensional storm with that storm down near Devil Springs, and I just wanted to show you, this is these winds that are opposing each other, near each other. I'm going to zoom into the base here. See these blues and yellows right next to each other at the base of the storm. That indicates some low-level rotation. So again, that's something that we're going to have to continue to watch over the next little while. We're just going to continue to track to the east. But this is something that we'll start to keep an eye on for you for the next little while.
Guys, to update you on some news that we hate to pass along, but we need to. At least 6 people have been killed in Marshall County.